All right, welcome to Buck Don't Know Shit. It is another beautiful day in the garage, and today we are going to learn how to align the steering wheel in a 1999 Toyota Camry, but probably very similar to most modern front-wheel drive sedans, or most front-wheel drive cars. So let me get started on that. I'll bring you in, show you what the problem is, and show you how to fix it. All right, so I did a video on changing struts. That'll probably precede this video, I think, but there you see, I got a strut in there. The other issue we had, which there's a power steering lead, which I've got to figure out, but the annoying thing about this car, take that key out, is this. Wheels are straight, steering wheel is cocked to the right a little bit. So now I don't remember the car always being like this, and we've had it for probably 6 months or so, 7-8 months, something like that. And she did run out of power steering fluid. Car still turned, but I'm not so sure. I don't know why that would matter, but maybe it did. I don't know. But regardless, it is crooked now. So the way we fix this is by adjusting these, your tie rods. So that hooks to your rack and pinion, and it's simple. This has a like hex-shaped body, which I will figure out the size of that in a minute. We got a locking nut, and then I guess that's the tie rod end right there. So if my steering wheel is turned to the right, and I'm on the passenger side right now, because if I turn that steering wheel to the left, it would go that way. Yeah, because if I turn this in, the steering wheel would center. Because that's right, I would turn the steering wheel to the left to get it centered. So that would go in a little, and which would mean to get it back straight, if the steering wheel was centered, I'd need to toe this in, push this side in, which means shortening this one, and you would do the opposite on the other side, which is lengthening it. So let me break this lock nut. I think that'll be first. I'm gonna make some measurements before I get started. Can put it back, or at least know how much adjustment I have made. I'll use calipers for that. And I'll measure both sides and make note of it. And we will probably have to do an iterative process, I'm thinking, kind of back and forth. And probably we'll have to actually drive the car. It'll be easier to tell with wheels on, I think, if they're straight or not. We should be able to get it close, I think. So, yeah, let me get to work on it. Yeah, tools I use for this spindle adjustment, or tie rod adjustment, I guess, steering wheel adjustment. Crescent wrench. I actually had two of 10-inch ones, but I think I only really needed one. And mostly for using it as backup. And a 19mm wrench, 14mm wrench, set of calipers, some sort of measuring device would definitely make this job easier. And had to use a hammer to break that lock nut on both sides, actually. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Simple tool list, and then just a little bit of iterative process. So, and I use a paint pen, but just something to write down your starting measurements, unless you got a good memory, which I don't really. So that's it. All right, let's get to work. Like I said, we are going to shorten, and my idea is to do this shorten by the same amount, both sides. So I'm just going to measure from the inside of the locking nut to the end of the smooth part here right before the hex starts, and that is 1.190. 190 right there. So let's just write that down. Yep. Definitely not 18. It might be crescent wrench size. I do have a 19. Here we go. Yep, it is a 19. So, let's see if we can get it broke loose here. Looks like the flat is a 19 also. So, we will use a crescent wrench for the flat here. So the tie rod hex part is 14 millimeter, and I do think I could probably get this wrench on it. Yep, that'll be my backup. I'm gonna rest it on my control arm right there. And then I can hold this and get my hammer. Sometimes you just gotta use a crescent wrench. And what my plan is here, basically get my cheater pipe on it and get in a position where I can get to it. Alright, I actually had the camera off, but I did get it to break 2 crescent wrenches in the cheater bar, and I actually use this crescent wrench back here, and yeah, it kind of supported on the, I guess that's a strut CV joint, I don't know, the drive axle, that's the axle. So and then use the other one, broke it, just needed some way to get some leverage to hold this thing tight. My plan is take about an 1/8 inch off each side. So I had 190 on this side, so if my math is right, 125 minus 190, 25 minus 90 is 65, so I should have 1.065 length from the back of this nut. When all said and done, that is kind of my plan. So you see there, I've got my tie rod end loose now. And that is 14 millimeter, and I want to close the gap. What did I do with my 14 millimeter? I just had that sucker. There it is, right under my leg. So, gotta turn it this way to draw it in. I'm shooting for 1.065. From there to there. And I went a little too far. That is 0.963, so I gotta go 100 thousandths back the other way. I didn't think I'd moved it that much, but I guess I did. At 1.069, maybe I'll run it in just a hair. And set that lock nut 1.066. That's pretty dang close, I would say. All right, now I'll go on the other side, make the opposite adjustment. I'll push it out instead of sucking it in. Oh, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna do an 1/8 inch for now, put the wheels back on it, and probably drive this thing a little bit, see how it does. And yeah, then because I have no clue what it's gonna take to get that adjustment on the steering wheel. So this is all just a guess. Probably what you will need to do too. I've seen people do, you know, like a quarter or half turn at a time, and so I'm just making an 1/8 inch adjustment and seeing if that's enough, but we will see. All right, so this side was 1.107, so I'm going to lengthen it. So I'm going to 1.235 is going to be my magic number. This lock nut was a lot easier to break. Same thing, just figured out a way to get good backup on it, and yeah, tapped on a little bit and it broke, no problem. 14 millimeter. That's at 1.32, and I got 1.33. That's 10 thousandths difference, but 9 thousandths difference. I think that's pretty close. Let me tighten that nut down. Where's my 19? There it is. I like it. Now, that is pushed out. Let's get in the car and kind of see what damage we did. So there you see my steering wheel still cocked a little to the right. There it is straight. And really the only way I'm going to be able to tell if it's good is put it back on the ground and drive the sucker. But I mean, and then I will kind of know, like, I made an 1/8 inch adjustment, and if it's too far left, then, which it does kind of look like maybe I went a little too far. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. Maybe I should have gone in 1/16 of an inch increments, but that one looks pretty dang straight. I think I should have gone in a little bit with it, because I think if I straighten it, it's going to be a little to the left now. Maybe an 1/8 inch is, I didn't think an 1/8 inch would be too much, but maybe it is. Yeah, that looks straighter there. Now I've got the wheel slightly to the left. So, yep, I'm gonna have to back it out a little bit. But there you see the process. That's what you're doing. And then, you know, of course, you're gonna get in the car. And this is something you could change this with the wheels on, especially now that my lock nuts are looser, you know, and you don't have to muscle up on them. Yeah, definitely could do it with the wheels on. You still would want to jack it up, I think. I mean, I guess you could turn these with the wheels on the ground, and it might be a little harder, but you can do it for sure. So, yeah, that is the process though, and I will make some fine-tune adjustments here, and that's all you got to do though. Just measure, make your adjustments left and right, do the opposite one side, what you do to the other. If you're going in on one side, go out on the other, or vice versa. Just think about which way you want your steering wheel to end up, and do it in small increments, like Probably a 1/16 at a time is enough from what I'm seeing. Y'all, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.